Buzz's Retirement Garage. It's our October Halloween update on our Social Security between my wife and I. If you're a new subscriber, between my wife and I, we are taking in $37.83 from Social Security, and I list my expenses by the month, and I have tracked it. And if you're keeping track at home, we started in December of 2023. So we have this month and we have next month to give us a full 12 months of looking at my expenses and versus the $37.83 that we have for Social Security. And we want to see how well we can do to just use Social Security for all of our expenses. And anything above and beyond that would come from our savings. So we do have savings, we do have accounts, we do have money, but as most brokers would say or financial people would say, we probably don't have enough to retire. So I do YouTube, and if I need to get a part-time job, that's what I'll do. But for right now, the experiment is, how long can I go with just spending the Social Security? Now, in our case, we're lucky because we have two incomes, her spousal income, and my income from Social Security. So not everybody has that. There's a lot of single people or widowed people who won't have two Social Security incomes. So the numbers are going to have to get adjusted quite a bit when you're by yourself. But in our case, this is where we're at, and this is, how things are going for us. Now, I can tell you after doing this experiment for almost 12 months now, we're on month 11, trying to live on Social Security alone is tough. It's tough. So if you're watching and you're not retired yet, and you're in your 50s, 40s, 50s, early 60s, save, save, save. I'm telling you. Costs, you're going to see this. Costs are going up, and income, when you get that Social Security, 2025 is going to be what, 2.5% increase. It's not a lot. So if your bills are going up or inflation goes up more than 2.5%, you're playing catch up again. All right, so save, save, save. That's what I can tell you. Try not to just retire on Social Security alone. I'm not a financial advisor, but common sense says you better have some savings to back you up. Now let's go to the rundown. So Social Security income $37.83. I get $25.23. She gets $12.60. All right, these are the gross numbers. Don't assume we're going to have anything, no taxes for us. State of Ohio doesn't take tax out for Social Security. As long as we stay under that standard deduction, whatever, I think I can make, this equals like $45,340, I think, and I can make another $7,000 on top of that before taxes kick in, okay? Before any Fed or any kind of state taxes kick in. So I'm not worried about taxes at all at this point, okay? So our house taxes, or I should say our what we pay basically to live here, right? The taxes that we have to pay to the county, all the governments that have their fingers in there, all the government agencies that have their fingers in there. We pay $400. The house is paid off, okay, but we pay $450, and that was increased a little bit this year. $450 a month. Now watch my chart, because this is easy for me to do, okay? It's not about you, it's about me. So what I do is, to make it easier for me, I just go August, September, October, but I move October this way. So when you're looking at this chart, you want to look at this chart for the current number. This was the month before September, okay? And then August in the middle. That's how I do it. Whether people like it or not, that's my way. Anyway, so $450. House insurance $68. That went up this year as well, a little bit. So the house taxes went up. The house insurance went up, and we'll keep going on down the list. So water was 31, pretty constant. Of course, you know, in August we watered the garden a little bit more, so it was up like $5, but that's pretty constant, $31. Natural gas, 58. Again, we're not using any gas. We're using like $4 or $5 worth. Everything else is delivery charges, infrastructure charges, just all the bullet points or bullet lines that they put on there that you're paying for this, paying for that, paying for this tax, paying for that tax. So I use $4 to $5 in gas, but end up paying $58. That's the way it is. Life in the big city, right? Electricity, not bad, $64 for this month, down from $89 and $115 the two previous months. Our universal life insurance, why do we keep life insurance? If I pass, right, her $12.60 disappears. She'll only have $25.23. She'll basically assume my Social Security. She loses $12.60 a month times 12. That's a big chunk. So I have a $200,000 policy on myself, $100,000 on her, and that's what we're going to do in case one of us passes. We still have extra money to fall back on. I know it's a big topic, but that's how we're doing it. Auto insurance went up $56. My first time it went up, I've been bragging, $50, $50, $50 a month. I got the statement due December that says it's now $337 per 6 months with State Farm. So I got a $6, rounded off, a $6 increase per month. So I got to deal with that. So everything is, as with you too, I'm sure, everything has gone up. $6 is not the worst that could happen, but, you know, I was going really good for a long time, bragging every month, but now they caught up to me. Charity, we do that in November, so November is going to be a bad month for us. I can tell you that already. So yeah, back to cable and internet. Now here's where we had some success. We've talked about this almost all year. I did switch to T-Mobile internet, so I was paying $70 with Cox Cable. We switched to T-Mobile internet. I'm paying $41 with tax. It's like $42. So, and it's working out well. We've had it for a few months now, and we haven't had any problems. Now, my videos, when I upload them, they take a little bit longer, but not a big deal to save, you know, to save that money. So we're still using cable. So we're paying for cable and we're paying for the internet at $40. So we saved about $30 for a month for that. And we got rid of our home phone through cable. It was $20 a month, and we went with Ooma. Thanks to you people who told me about Ooma for home phone. I know a lot of people don't have home phone, but we wanted to keep a home phone, and it's $6.41 a month. It's actually free, but taxes and all that other stuff comes up to $6.41 a month. So we saved a little bit there too. So that's a nice little chunk of change that we saved there. So I'm happy about that. Our next step will be to go to YouTube and watch YouTube, their app, which is, I believe, $80 a month, so we'll save another $40, but we're not there yet, so we'll see what happens. So our cell phones, we've talked about this before, T-Mobile. That's how I got the T-Mobile internet for $41, because we have plans with T-Mobile, and it's $64 out the door, 2 lines, unlimited everything. The 55 plus Essentials plan through T-Mobile, $64. Gas for car, we went up $76. We were at $76 this month because we took a trip to Pennsylvania. We were driving into Cleveland for about a week, back and forth. So our gas, probably next month or in November, we'll save $50 there. This was an unusual travel month for us. Restaurants, we actually went down to 173. So we were at 226, 244. We had 173 for October. So we only visited actually 2 places, a pizza place, and we like that Jersey Mike subs because my wife's gluten-free. And they're basically one of the only sub shops around us that offers gluten-free bread. Why Subway doesn't do it, I have no idea. They're missing out. but that's their problem. Veterinarian, nothing again. Groceries, $1,089. Oh boy. For two people, you know, a lot of people say that's high, and they're probably right, but I'm not going to get into it too much, but that's just the way it is. We do put a lot of stuff in the freezer, but I can't keep saying that every month, right? So, you know, and our trends are that we're staying into the 950 to $1,089. We're into that freezer alone, right? Freezer aside, I should say. For some reason, and I know a lot of it's got to do with the increase in food prices. That's, of course, a big deal. But people are doing it with less. So we're going to keep trying to do it with less. And that's one place, good news, bad news. The good news is that's one place where we could reduce when we need to. So, but $1,089, now our restaurants were down, right? So there's an increase in what she was making here in the house. Paper products, $65. You know, that's your toilet paper, that's your paper plates, different things that we use. Soap products, we only bought one dishwasher soap. They do have, I think it's Costco or Sam's, I can't remember. They've got the platinum dishwasher little things, those pods or whatever you call them. They're on sale. I think they're $5 off. So we're going to be, next Friday, we'll buy those for the dishwasher. Home products, $137. I remember I got my Christmas lights, if you saw my video. That was $65, so that was almost half of that charge was the Christmas lights. So did I need them? No, but I wanted them. So it was a want rather than a need. Pet products, $215. Why was that high? Because we've only been at $134, $149. Well, Capstar, if you've seen my videos, we got 3 cats that go outside. So naturally they pick up fleas. We use a product called Capstar, which is a pill. My wife grinds it up, puts it on their food. They eat that, and it kills the fleas instantly. So that was like $70 for 12 pills. I think we got it from Chewy, I believe. It works really, really well. If you need a flea medication to kill the fleas, I should say, use Capstar. C-A-P-S-T-A-R, just like it sounds. No haircut. Entertainment, minus 58. How do you get minus 58? Same as minus 51 back in August. I won a net win of $150. So our other entertainment expenses were about $100. So I got a minus 58. So that means I'm ahead of the game there, which is good. No glasses. I did the glasses last month for $189 at Costco. 2 pairs, one the driving glasses, and then these here. These are Shaq O'Neal glasses. Hey, you know, $189. The doctor visit was $77. I had, as some of you already know, I had blood taken. I got to see the doctor, so that was $77. There's going to be a charge of $600 for the CT scan that I had. I haven't even been notified of that bill yet, but it's going to be $600, so that's definitely coming out of my bank account, and that's definitely going to kill my year, but such is life. Amazon and / clothes. So my wife buys different clothes, or I do, from Amazon or some other catalog company. So I just grouped it together, and this time she bought some stuff. Next month it'll probably be me looking for some sweatshirts, but she had 171 in those charges. Miscellaneous, $259. Higher than the 38 and the 117. So the miscellaneous, we'll put this down a little bit here. So the miscellaneous, basically 108 of that was my Avast security for my internet. I use Avast, and it's $108 a year, I should say. I don't spread it out over 12 months. I just put it for a one-time charge, just like Amazon Prime or any of those subscriptions. I'll hit that one-time charge and not spread it out over the and make too many more line items. So that was, a big part of that. Then we had a funeral, so we gave to the funeral, and so the miscellaneous was a little bit higher this month. So that got us at $39.20 in spending. $37.83 is what Social Security checks came to. So that gave us a minus $137. We were doing so good. And this month, it just got away from us. We didn't really pay attention to it as much. 137 is not the end of the world, but it is frustrating when everything's going up. Like at Costco, this is 3 weeks now between Costco and Sam's. I didn't buy the asparagus because it was almost $9 for a bag of asparagus. And asparagus, yeah. And I just watched a video of somebody that bought a nice good size for like $3. So I guess it depends on where you're shopping at and all that, but some of these prices, and blueberries of course are back up to $9 for a small container, so got to buy the frozen ones there. So that's the way it goes, right? So for the 11-month average, and maybe you can see that chart up there, maybe not. Let me grab it. So this is our 11 months so far. So you can see last December we were at, a good, because we buy Christmas stuff in October and November. She hasn't shopped yet. I mean, we got a couple small things, but nothing major. So that'll be either a November charge. So next month is going to be ugly. But so for 11 months, we had 3 red months. Everything else was green, but not by much. I mean, we're kind of on the razor's edge trying to do this experiment. There's not a lot of wiggle room. Yes, we can cut back, but I also don't want to live in fear of, boy, if I buy this, I go over budget. I mean, I want to just live my life too, right? So down at the end here, you'll see 11, see if you can see that. 11 months. Yeah, I got it sitting on a box. It's too windy outside. We got 40-mile-an-hour winds outside today, so figured I'd do it inside. So we have 11-month average where it's still at $22 positive per month, which is okay. That's not bad. So it's only $242 over 11 months. It's a positive, right? But these bills just keep increasing. The food prices keep increasing. So hopefully there's going to be some resolution and we can get those prices at least stabilized. Because that 2.5% increase I'm going to get in Social Security is going to be eaten up by the cost of Medicare going up at least $10. So she's on Medicare. I start Medicare in January, so I'm going to be affected by the my 232 for ACA, which I have right now. It's going to be $175 or $185, I believe, for Medicare, and then $90 for my Plan N, and another $45 for dental and vision. So my prices are going to go up, but everything, the 2.5% would just basically break us even on my Medicare. So any other increases that I have in groceries or any more insurance increases is going to have to come out of savings eventually, or I need to cut back in one of these categories, like food or whatever. But that's going to have to happen. So still micromanaging and still deciding whether I need to go back to work. I don't know yet. But interesting thing, if you could see this here, food and restaurants. So if you add them together, ooh, you don't want to see my face that close. But if you add them together, you got $13.21 for August, $11.34 for September, and $12.62 for October. So that's eating out and the food that we buy, just for 2 of us. So that's definitely something that we're going to keep continuing to focus on to see if we can reduce a little bit or shop a little bit better. But you really have to try to do that. If you just kind of like me, I just throw it in the cart when we, maybe I need that, right? I need to get away from that mentality and get into more of a, can I do without it mentality, right? So, but so far, as long as we're staying positive, that's a good thing. But again, this is not an experiment for the weak of heart. Again, if you're in your 50s, your 40s, your 50s, your early 60s, before you got 7 years to retire or something, save that money. Stack it up. You're gonna need it. Anyway, Buzz's Retirement Garage, the October update. Happy Halloween to everybody, and we'll see you in November.